now from the home of the Pirates since 2001. A spectacular view there of PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
I don't like winter. My feelings are well documented on that particular subject. But fortunately, there's a place where the boys of summer play all year long, where the magic of a warm June evening at the ballpark never fades, and the hope of April springs eternal. That place is the Dominican Republic. Unfortunately, it's also a place where you can't drink the water. So instead, we have MLB 14 the show.
And this is lined into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit, his second of the afternoon.
Actually, I think I'll take my chances with the killer water. So I can only assume I'm part of a very small group that loves baseball, absolutely lives for baseball, but is totally bored by modern baseball video games. Like, you know how people think baseball's boring? That's exactly how I feel about these modern baseball video games. It's like they're made by the people who think baseball's boring. Like somehow they all snuck into the building and they're like, "Oh, let's make it slow and cumbersome." See, they don't get it. They don't get the peanuts and Cracker Jack and all the magic I talked about earlier. Baseball is magic. Baseball games have turned into science textbooks. Fortunately, with MLB 14, you can skip all the reading and just get to the magic.
Well hit, deep right center field. And on the first pitch he sees, it's a home run.
So when I started up MLB 14, first thing I was greeted by was a screen with a question. Beginner controls or advanced controls. Basically, play it like RBI baseball or play it like the science book version. Thanks, MLB 14. You can keep the science book. And after that, it was smooth sailing. So I'm definitely a fan of the game offering a simpler option for those of us who aren't interested in the overly complicated option. One gripe, though, when you pick beginner, you should still have to make the plays. With the show, you just hit and pitch. The plays are automatic. That one issue aside, though, it was awesome. Seriously, it was like playing RBI baseball because you didn't have to deal with all the crap of modern baseball games. Only you also had all the awesome stuff about modern baseball games, like the gorgeous graphics and the broadcast quality presentation.
And on 0-2, they can't put him away as he delivers a shot into left center. That should be good enough for extra bases. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
And I mean, this is obviously a matter of preference. You know, some people like the simulation-type controls and features, and that's fine. But for people like me, it just takes you out of the game. Like I just want to jump in and play and hit doubles. And I did that. I jumped on Adam Wainwright like he was my bitch, and that's awesome. So with simpler hitting, I had a blast with the gameplay, especially because I really like the pitching. Pitching in this game is just awesome, because you really get to carve up the strike zone, you know? You're picking your pitches and your spots, and you're executing them correctly. You know, that's where the show gets it right. This feels like real pitching, without being too complicated, like the hitting mechanics usually are. This is a lot of fun.
And that's going to be strike three call, his fourth consecutive strikeout. He's in the zone now, one away.
Well, pitching like this deserves another look through as we check out the last four batters on show track. Here he was striking out the side the previous inning, and he starts things off here with another one. That's 4 in a row now.
And all you feature hounds should be happy to know all the usuals are included here. More game modes than I could ever imagine a person honestly using. Exhibition play, season play, postseason play, franchise play. You can do the whole create a player thing and get them from the minors all the way up to the World Series. Lots of online options, even the franchise mode is online. So there's no shortage of ways to play this thing. I mean, like I said, if anyone complains about the features or the modes here, I gotta think they're just nitpicking. Because honestly, I mean, who even needs this many game modes? This is ridiculous. There aren't this many ways to play real baseball. Speaking of real baseball, though, I mean, the presentation in these games is just getting crazy close to real baseball. Like, if you squint at the screen, there are times when this game looks and sounds like a real TV broadcast. And that's insane to me. Like, I mean, you could nitpick about things, but generally the game's gorgeous. Of course, it's more gorgeous on the PS4, but the content's about the same. So even on last-gen hardware, you're still getting the same game. And I have to imagine that's going to change soon, so enjoy it while it lasts. But overall, though, I mean, as someone who doesn't play these annual sports games religiously, I always have that feeling of been there, done that, you know? And no matter how hard I try, I can't shake that feeling of, oh, so this is the same as last year's game. Maybe a little prettier, but with updated rosters and a couple tweaks to a couple modes. As much fun as I had playing MLB 14, especially playing it now when it's goddamn snowing outside, I don't know, it just felt like another really good version of the show. Nothing special or unique or magical. Nothing I haven't really seen before. Except maybe the sun, which I haven't seen in months now. If you're like me and you long for the days of summer, hey, it's MLB 14 the show. It's a great game of baseball. I mean, it's always a great game of baseball. Let's be honest, it's the only one in town. And when there's no one to play against, I mean, how good can you really get?
Straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is